Right, so winter is coming and we all have a car, more or less. You can check most of your stuff if it's ready or not for the winter without tools, but I'm just gonna show you some tools. Right, so the first thing that we will need to check if it's working on our car is lighting. Why? Because if you look outside, you can see it's pretty damn dark here in Finland. Yeah, you can't see shit. So, let's check all the lights, rear lights and front lights. So we put our car on. Then we use the indicators to see, yeah, they work. And if you want to see like your indicators are properly working every side at the one time, you just press the hazard lights over here. And let's put on the lights and the fog lights. So yeah. We will do a quick round tour of our car. There we have the rear fog light. We can see daytime running lights are working on both sides. The indicators, number plate lights. Very good. Now we need to check our brake lights. How do we do that? Now it would be easy to have another person standing here and looking while you press the brakes. But if you are alone, you can use a wall or something that reflects the light. In this case, we have these windows over here, and we will turn off the fog lights in the back and everything else. So now when I press the brake pedal, we should see 3 lights. Yeah, so we will check the front lights. Headlights are working, the daytime running lights, and the front fog lights. But now, the full beam. Yes, some cars have a different half beam and full beam light, but my car only has one light. So for say, here, this light doesn't work at all. The full beam will not work either. And let me show you what it looks like very quickly over here. So this is my lights. This is a half light and full beam light. And how does this work? When I flick the lever, a mirror on the inside of this light flips and allows more light to escape this headlight. If that makes sense. Of course it makes sense. So, what else can you check on your car? Windscreen wiper, of course. So here's the windscreen wiper, and let's take it to the table, and I'm gonna show you a windscreen wiper. You can check if it's all right by pulling the end. Oh, here you can see this is starting to loosen up, and but with time passing by, this will escape from here, and this does not wipe at all. So this would be good to replace. And here, same on the other side. And you can just try to pull it like this and see if it loosens up in the middle too or something. And if your wiper wipes badly, you probably have some grease or something on the blade. So what you can do is take a towel or something, and you can just like pinch the blade and drag it over like this. That will remove the dirt and stuff from it. So, and now the rear wiper, if you have a rear wiper, every car does not have one. And here you can see we have some Schlaka Schlaka. And if your car has a rear camera, mine does, you can just take your thumb and swoosh it like that, or with a towel, or clean it or something. So now in this case, everyone does not have a car lift, but I'm gonna just lift it up and show you a few steps. You could use a jack to lift up the car if you want to really check everything. And if you don't know how to lift up your car with a jack, you shouldn't do it because it can damage the main chassis and everything, so be careful. So yeah, I'm just gonna drive this car forward a bit and we can see. Of course we can check the wipers if they are working as well and if we have a washing fluid coming. So yeah, that looks good. Open up the window so your car doesn't lock itself. Every car does not do that, but I had a Ford Focus and I left my keys in the car and it locked itself. And if you're out of windscreen washing fluid, you can fill it yourself. Usually It has a blue cap or a yellow cap, and you can see that there's the logo itself. So this container does not have a like min-max value, so you can just fill it up to the top and you are good to go. Another good thing to check is of course your engine oil once in a while. Take up the oil stick, if your car has an oil stick. Mercedes, Audi. You can see that it's a little bit under max and the oil looks good. It's not dark or anything. It's a little golden brown, but that's okay. Another good thing to check is your coolant. Because I have a hybrid car, I have two coolant reservoirs or different systems. So this one is for the inverter, this piece over here, and here is for the engine, and this is the engine's extra reservoir. But the way you can check this is just that if it's between low and full or min and max. And you should have plenty of this, because if your container is empty, you probably have a leak somewhere or something, and that's never good. So, and if you have a coolant leak, you will have air in your coolant system and you will not get heat inside of your car, because coolant is the thing that heats up your car through the heater core. And if you have the right tools, you can check how many degrees your coolant fluid can withstand before it freezes. And that's extremely important in the winter times, because you do not want this to freeze. So here we have a basic hydrotemp refractometer, and you just squeeze this and fill your device. How many degrees my coolant fluid can withstand? You can see an arrow there, and it's pointing at 40. So my coolant fluid won't freeze until minus 40 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty good. So now we lift the car and we will check some other stuff. Now, lifting this up. I'm gonna show you also where to lift up your car if you have a basic car. If you have a full electronic car, you shouldn't lift it yourself, because the points are extremely important to get right, so you don't damage the protection cover of the battery. So now we have the car uplifted, and then we can check the tires. And one of the more important things as well is the tire condition. You will see these studs here, and if your tire is missing studs, it's a good time to replace them, because these are the things that keeps it away from slipping away on the slippery roads. And it's also good to check how many millimeters of threads you have left on your car. I don't know the American burgers per eagle, so we will go with the basic metric system. So here we have, we check it like this. You can also check it with a €1 coin. If you stick the coin in there and it covers the gold edge, it's still fine and at the minimum. So we will just use this tool because we have it. And here we can see that it's 6.3 millimeters left. So these are still pretty good tires, and we will check every other tire. And here you can see a bad tire, because if you notice on the studs here you can see a silver point or a more like matte iron looking dot on the stud, and that is the main stud. This is just the ground that keeps it together, and you can see it's missing pretty much here, so this is a tire that needs replacement. So yeah, what can we check? What else can we check? You can check the disc brakes, what the disc looks like, if it's all rusty and brown, and you can also check the brake pad. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the brake pads. It has like a background plate here, and on that plate is usually the pad material itself. And here we have pretty new brake pads, because I just replaced them, so here you can see a little bit better. Here is the main pad that works as the brakes. How does brakes work when it looks like this? Pretty many of you probably wonder, so I'm just gonna tell you quickly. When you press the brake pedal, you compress fluid that will expand the piston here, and it will pinch this brake disc and it will stop. Yeah. We can check for play in the tires, and with a play I mean you hold your hands at 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock and try to shake it. If it feels compact and does not like it's good to go. Because if it would be like, then you have a play somewhere, a worn out part, which needs to be inspected more. You can also take 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock and do the same thing. This looks good. If you want to check your wheel bearings, you can spin the tire and listen for a grainy noise, like putting gravel into a bowl and just twisting it around a little bit. That will have a kind of familiar sound. So yeah. This sounds good. It's just a brake disc that has sound over here. We have some springs, and you can hold your spring with your other hand and spin the wheel with your second hand. And like this. And if you feel like it vibrates in the spring, you have a bad wheel bearing. This is the basic place you want to lift your car up into the air. And on these locations. There's plenty of locations you can lift up your car, but this is the most basic one and easiest to access. You could, of course, lift your car here with the jack and here, and placing your jack here and here, or there and there. So yeah, now we are under our car, and if you can get under your car, you can always check for rust. And this is my car, so why the fuck would I have rust under it? Never mind. Just a quick inspection under our car. Any broken springs? No. Looks good. Shock absorbers not leaking. Looks fine. A little bit chocolatey on the surface, but that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. And oh, what is this? If you don't know what this is, you shouldn't touch it or have anything to do with it. If you have a hybrid or electric vehicle or whatever, if you see a bright orange car under it, that means danger. Don't come close to me, I will sting you. So yeah, be sure not to do anything with this, because inside of here is very big danger, high voltage. In your basic house here in Finland, we have 220 volts. And in here we have around 450 volts. And we have a 150 ampere fuse. So if we add those together, we get a pretty high number. So be careful with these. Here in Finland, some people like to put mass under the car and rust protect it, like this is from the factory, but some people like to just whoosh and paint their underside of the car with some protection. If they mistakenly paint over this orange cable, it will not pass the inspection. These has to be visible under your car if you have them, or at least they can be protected by something, but you cannot cover them with anything. So, and if you are under your car, you can check for leaks, not the onion, but oil, if it looks good. Yes, this looks pretty solid. No visible drips of oil or other contamination. It looks pretty good according to me. So, who else better to trust than a mechanic on his free time, showing you his own car? Of course, there's a lot of more stuff to do, but this is just the basic stuff that you can check. You can also check your dog bones with your hands. These. And now let me explain what a play is. I'm gonna draw you what a play is. So, if you drive your car and you hear a sound or something, it could be the dog bone that has a play. And you can see there's rubber here. And what causes a play? If we take our hand and shake this, you can see it's very compact and it moves with the sway bar. It does not have any sound or feeling to it at all, so that means it's good. Short lesson here. This is the dog bone. You will see over here. That's a basic dog bone, and there is a bearing, a big bearing or a sphere made of iron, hard materials inside of there, and this is the casing around it. And here comes the bolt or whatever. So this is now manufactured this way that this will rotate and move smoothly, but with time this will even out and eat up the materials inside or cause some uneven spots, and that will cause you can see what I mean. This is like what will happen in here. This is a play, and that means this part needs to be replaced because it should be like this when you turn it, like, yeah. But with time this will wear out and you will have a play in your parts. So what plays can we have in the car? There's a big bushing over there, lower ball joint, that can have a play. The dog bone can have a play, the front bear arms, and here you can have a play, very big bushings over there. If this goes kaput, you are in problem, my friend. So yeah, this was a very quick video on how to check your car, if it looks good or not. That's up to you to decide. And remember, I do not take any responsibility if you decide to do what I just said. I'm just a mechanic here on my free time, showing you how face reveal. Toyota Yaris, quick winter inspection check. Until next time. And another one good thing to check, if it vittu, satan. And if you have the right tools, you can check how much degree, how many vittu. And if you have the satan. And if you and if you have the right tools, you can check how many vittu. And if you have vittu. No vart vittulla ja fiiklamppu nyt on. Absolutely no for not that. Often of the